Nick here with the Firearm Blog. I have Silencer Shop sent me a Ruger 1022 with the Yankee Hill machine Integrally Suppressed 1022 barrel. Now, according to Yankee Hill, the barrel is about 50-50 suppressor baffle and barrel. So about here-ish 10 inches, oh actually 9 inches. It's an 18-inch barrel. So about 9 inches of barrel, 9 inches of baffle stack. I've tested this gun a little bit, and one thing right off the bat, I'm having some difficulties with these Ruger BX25s. Now, the ammo I'm using are these Winchester subsonic M22s. Some of you might have seen this stuff, the Winchester M22s. They're black copper plated round nose bullets. These are the same things, except this is a 40 grain bullet shooting 1,255 feet per second. This is a 45 grain, and they shoot about 1060 feet per second out of a 16 and 20 inch barrel. These rounds are pretty quiet, and I'll show you. These rounds are pretty quiet. I have the original Ruger rotary magazine, BX1s, 10 rounds of the Winchesters. That's 200 yard steel. So that feeds just fine. It's just when I use those Winchester M22s and a BX25, I get some malfunctions. Failures to feed, failures to eject. See, there's still ammo in there. Yep, and I have a casing that is stuck in there. So it did work, but they don't work reliably, and I'm not sure why that is. Unfortunately, I only have BX25s. I don't have like a Butler Creek 25 round mag to test to see if those would work any better. Yeah, I don't get it. That bullet's in there, there's no strike on it. It was in the chamber, and yet you heard the hammer fall, pulled the trigger, hammer fell, didn't go off, but I don't see a primer strike at all. So BX25s don't always work that well. Otherwise, this gun is pretty good. Although, I am a fan of this setup. My Ruger Rimfire with Silencer Co. Spectre 2. Now, the Ruger 1022 with the Yankee Hill Integrally Suppressed barrel is nice. However, I am a fan of this Ruger American with my Spectre 2 on it. I actually traded a 1022 and got this instead. So if we switch to the BX25 mag, that was kind of loud. Back, I got the Ruger 1022 with the Yankee Hill machine integrally suppressed barrel. Now, as I said before, barrel is 18 inches and has 50-50 baffle stack and barrel, or rifling, I should say. So there's 9 inches of rifling and 9 inches of baffle stack. I've changed out the stock. Obviously, this doesn't look the same. This is my Hightower Armory 9022 stock kit, and the top box is actually just an ammo storage device. It's not the feeding device. It's not the magazine. It still loads traditional 1022 magazines underneath. As you see, here's the chamber, so the magazine loads up in here. Now, as I said before, this gun, the 1022 with this barrel, doesn't really like to feed from the BX25s using Winchester M22 subsonics. So I've loaded up a BX1 rotary magazine with 5 rounds of M22 subsonics and M22 supersonics, so you can hear the difference. That's supersonic, so 4 more shots of supersonic. Did you hear that inconsistency? It was a loud pop, a very soft pop, and then a loud pop. That's something that's nice to know or to hear when you're shooting suppressed. You can hear the inconsistencies of 22s. That should be the last round of M22 supersonic, and now it's all subsonic after this. And click. So, final thoughts. 1022 with integrally suppressed barrel is a lot of fun. As you can see, this is a very, very compact setup. Probably the most compact setup you can get with only a $200 tax stamp, because it is a suppressor. You need a $200 tax stamp. I didn't have to SBR this in any way, but there's drawbacks, right? I don't know if it's just this particular setup. It doesn't want to feed from BX25 mags. That kind of sucks. Now, I've seen other people, Curtis with VSO Gun Channel, he got this gun loaned to him without the stock kit, of course, 'cause that's mine, but he was able to feed LEs or something like that out of a BX25 mag just fine. So it's just this round and that magazine, it doesn't like it. Obviously, it had no problems feeding out of the BX1 rotary magazines, but 1022 kind of wants higher capacity. So other issues, accuracy, right? Obviously, it's only 9 inches of rifling compared to my Ruger American Rimfire. It's an 18-inch barrel with my Spectre 2 can on the end of it. It's a lot more accurate, but it's debatable. I was shooting 50 yards and I got a little less than 2-inch group out of the American Rimfire. Offhand, on a bench, I didn't have this bipoded on a normal chassis. I was getting over 2-inch groups with the 1022. So that is to be expected. Not bad, actually. I have a 9-inch barrel shooting 50 yards and sort of offhand. Is it really that big a deal? For me as a plinker, not so much. For hunting purposes, yeah, kind of. If you're trying to get a 50-yard shot, you may or may not miss. Other issues, this is very noisy, especially in this bullpup configuration, because now the chamber is right here next to my ear, okay? And with this plastic stock, it kind of reverberates and kind of exaggerates a lot of that bolt noise. Now, there are aftermarket kits you can get to quiet the action of the gun a lot. I don't have those. I didn't want to get them because this is not my gun. I do have a 1022, but it has a heavy barrel from E.R. Shaw, and it looks identical to this setup in terms of barrel thickness, length, and everything, other than the fact that it's not suppressed. So noise from the action is different than obviously a bolt. That's a given, right? With the bolt action, all you're hearing is the hammer fall, and it's very, very quiet perceptively as the shooter. If you're just a bystander and you're just sort of watching it and you're stepping away, it's really not that loud, the semi-automatic 1022 over the Ruger Rimfire. I didn't really notice it when I let my friends shoot these, and it was still pretty quiet. So, other issues, price. The price of this is going to be more. The Yankee Hill machine integrally suppressed barrel, you're looking at $700-ish, I think $750 on Yankee Hill Machine's website. I believe Sancho Shop has around $5 something for this barrel. Not bad, because you're buying a barrel and you're buying a suppressor. So, is it cheaper? No. Buying a dedicated can in 22 is cheaper. My can was $250 and it was a demo unit, but you can get that can for like $3 something on Sancho Shop. And there's going to be cheaper cans available out there. So the other issue, like I said, was accuracy, cost. So my Ruger American Rimfire cost me like $250. Oh no, it was $320. And at the can, I'm at like $600. This setup, ignore the stock kit. 1022s are like two something, let's say $300 MSRP. Then you add another $700 worst case scenario, that's $1,000 into the gun, plus a $200 tax stamp. So even if you bought it at lower price from Sancho Shop, that's $500 plus $300, that's $800. You're still spending an extra $200 to get an integrally suppressed 1022. Now the downsides of this barrel versus just getting a can, simply versatility. This barrel will only work on a 1022 receiver. I can't throw this on any other gun. Compared to my 22 can, obviously I can throw that on anything that has a 1/2 by 28 threaded barrel, and that shoots 22 long, 22 Magnum, 17 HMR, and 5.7. I could possibly even shoot 17 WSM, but I'm not sure. I have to check with Sancho on that. But versatility, I have a range of different calibers I can shoot out of that. I am limited to just 22 long out of this suppressor. This is only 18 inches, very compact. So that's a huge, huge bonus for anyone who wants a very compact suppressed 1022 without having to SBR it. Obviously you have to SBR it and put a can on it. That's 2 stamps. This is a 1 stamp gun. If that's what you want, a very compact setup, this is as compact as you're gonna get.